My dad has narcissistic tendencies. It's all me, me, me. I believe my dad likes attention, good or bad, anything he can get. My childhood was very negative and there was a lot of fighting. We were always on eggshells. We never knew what dad we were gonna have walk through the door. He would yell and he would throw things. He would instill such big fear in us by the way he blew up and destroyed the house. He would intimidate us. I gave my dad an ultimatum. I said he has to pick me or he has to pick his girlfriend. Unfortunately, he picked his girlfriend. It destroyed me. That was the woman he cheated on my mother with. Later, he trapped me at my car and was like screaming at me and yelling at me. And I had opened the door and kind of pushed his car and tried to get him to get away from me. And he had gotten out and hit my car door and window several times and hit my side mirror and broke it. He terrified me in that moment, and I realized that I wasn't his main concern, as a daughter should be, and I was done. I have not seen my dad for over a year. My father is all alone, unfortunately. It is his own fault.
Well, Tom is here, and Bridget is joining us virtually, so welcome to you.
Thank you.
Bridget, welcome to you.
Thank you.
Now, both of you are, let's just say, suspect about what this is all about, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You think this is a manipulative ploy?
Yeah, I think it's more of an attention grab for him, as most things he does are.
Okay, Bridget, what do you think?
I think realizing that he's alone, he doesn't know what to do, and this is his last resort.
Here's the thing about, and listen, I'm not real big on labels, but what we do know is that he's behaving dysfunctionally. And whether it's narcissism or psychopathic behavior, which is kind of now referred to as antisocial personality disorder, but most people just call psychopathic, or it just describes people that approach things where it's all about them. They don't really care about other people. They just kind of do what gets them what they want, whether it's hurting other people or whether it's not. And Bridget, you say when it came down to a situation where he was kind of backed into a corner and making a choice about whether he wanted to focus on you and raising his daughter or be with a girlfriend, you lost smooth out. He just chose the girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Now, you said he pointed a gun at you at one point and really traumatized you.
When I was 9 years old, he was drunk at the time, so he really doesn't remember it, but I do, and it was really hard. I don't think I'll ever get over that fear that my dad has put into my head.
Yeah, well, I would think not. That's a terrible thing. In fact, you actually got out of the room, but then you heard gunshots.
Yeah, I heard 3 gunshots. I didn't know where he was at the time the 3 gunshots were set off, but in my head I thought, that's my mom, my sister, and himself. I thought he had killed all 3 of them, and for a second of my life I thought I was alone. It traumatized me.
Yeah, so my point is, this hasn't just been that y'all have had a couple of bad weekends. This has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
You described it when you two were growing up. And were there ever any consequences for him growing up?
No, my parents separated when I was 4 or 5. So he just never had any punishment.
You said he was the golden child.
Yeah,
why?
definitely.
What about it made him the golden child?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because he was the oldest, firstborn, or what it was, but he always seemed to do everything wrong, but my mom always treated him like he could do no wrong, which was crazy to me.
Do you want a relationship with him?
It's tough for me at this point. After what he did in front of my daughter, planting that seed in her head and saying what he said to me. I told him he was dead to me at that point, and
He said this in front of her.
Yeah.
He said you were the reason
That my girlfriend committed suicide. Her mother committed
your
suicide.
girlfriend, which is her mother,
Yes.
that you caused her to kill herself.
Yes. He said it several times. And I'd
I'm
never screamed so loud in my life to get out of the house. I lost my voice.
really sorry that happened in front of the daughter. I'm sorry he said it to you, but I'm really sorry he said it in front of her. You know better, but she's...
Right. I appreciate it.
Why did he say that in front of her? Obviously, he wanted to hurt you.
Right.
But what was the trigger for that? Why did he want to say that?
Because he would come over to the house and basically cry and complain about his girlfriend that had broken up with him. So he was literally sitting there crying and telling me, "Oh, well, she said she'll give me a chance down the road, just need time." So I said to him, "She's just stringing you along." And he just snapped. At that point, he said, "Would you do that to my girlfriend, my daughter's mother?" I said, "That was different. I have a child with her, and I was trying to keep her alive because she had mental issues and addiction issues." So I was like, "How can you even compare the two?" And then I just said, "I think you should leave." And then he got up and kicked the folding table at me, threw his hat at me. And I said, "Get out." And then he's like, "You're the reason she killed herself. It's all your fault. You're the reason she killed herself." And I was in shock. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, "Why are you saying it?" I was like, "How dare you?" And I just screamed. I was screaming at him so hard, I lost my voice.
Has he ever apologized for that?
Um, yeah, he's apologized, but it's always like in passing. It's never like, it never seemed like a real sincere apology.
Now, Bridget, you didn't want him to know you were part of this just yet, correct?
I didn't want him to know.
Yeah. And why did you not want him to know?
I wanted him to come on the show and focus on himself. I didn't want me to be a factor, and he wouldn't leave my mom alone about it. I know he wouldn't, not in like a threatening or mean way, but just like, oh, like, what's Bridget gonna say and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to deal with that aspect of him.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.